And joining us now for more on the relief effort is a man who has had wide experience coordinating such efforts. He's Michael Coker, Vice President of the International Programs for the International Rescue Committee. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. So we just saw a report showing Haiti last night with no aid in sight, but some aid did begin to arrive in Haiti today. How would you assess the response?
Well, I think it's obviously in its nascent stages. I think we have to understand there are only a certain number of entry points into Haiti. You have an overwhelmed port, an airport that's at capacity, and then by land from the Dominican Republic. But I think we're seeing that the aid effort is ramping up, and surely today, tomorrow, in the coming days, it will ramp up substantially. Will
most people or some people get some aid today?
Well, it's a capital city of 3 million people. I don't know that we can say most people will get some aid today, but it's begun, and so I do think that aid is starting. Obviously, there are a number of things that have to happen concurrently. The search and rescue effort that's underway now requires heavy equipment, rescue teams, search dogs, and so on. And I think obviously the #1 priority is to save as many lives as possible as people search through buildings. But at the same time, you have to make sure that clean water is provided, sanitation facilities, hygiene, and health services. The risk, for example, of contaminated water. We have to remember Port-au-Prince had problems with clean water before, exacerbated tremendously now. So a number of things have to happen all at once.
So those types of things are the type of aid that is needed immediately in the next few days, the next week or so?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a tremendous emphasis has to be placed on clean water. And obviously food distribution seems to be needed as well.
Right, and talk a little bit about the obstacles to getting the relief to the people who need it.
Sure. I think the infrastructure, you have a number of roads that have been destroyed or badly damaged. I think you're going to have a lot of civilian traffic on some of these roads, and then you have aid vehicles as well. And as I said, there are only so many access points from the port, the airport, from the Dominican Republic. So I think you have a choke factor that's possible, just the density of traffic and the amount of material going in. I think that's going to get sorted out pretty quickly. It's not unusual. We saw that in other examples of catastrophes of such scale around the world. But I'm optimistic that in the first few days, a lot of the logistical issues will be sorted. I think another thing here, if I can add, that this is it's mainly, the damage as I understand it, is mainly confined to a single urban area, a large one certainly, but 3 million people. So unlike in the tsunami, where there were literally hundreds of square miles covered and difficult to access places, I believe here most people, most of the needs are going to be in Port-au-Prince and its immediate environs.
And very briefly, what about the Haitian authorities? Are officials able to coordinate relief efforts? Is there even a functioning government?
Well, I think it's starting. It's certainly in its nascent stages. I think we're seeing from the president and ministers all goodwill in the beginnings of organization. I think there's going to have to be concerted effort with the United Nations, the Haitian government, and the relief community, and it's beginning.
All right, Michael Coker, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.